Warning: the views and opinions expressed here are totally warped, twisted, silly, young, articulate, mature, outlandish, and just downright crazy and weird. These words are that of a young Afro-American male with a lot to say and is in need of an audience. You have been warned.
You set my mind in some place that I'd like to stay. I set my mind in some place I can't get away. Outside, I feel so small. Inside, you'll think the pain. Life is the world. Everything I'm saying right now is worthless. Sounds and work. Wait, skip that last line.
Welcome to the episode of Dating 101. This is your host, j.cam, for the show What It Is. Okay, I'm going to hit just a couple quick points here. This is going to be part 1 of 1. This is going to be part 1 of 1, or 1 of 5, or something like that. I'll make up the numbers later. Number 1, when it comes down to approaching, because you can't date without actually having some type of contact with the person you want to go out on a date with. It's just not impossible. You can't go, okay, I'm dating her now, and take her out on a date, and she doesn't even know you from Tom, Dick, and Jane, or James, because, we kind of roll like that these days. But number 1 is approachment. I mean, you like her, or him, and you like, I really want to talk to her, or him, and you like, wow, I really, really want to say something to him, so you should totally say something to him. Waiting around is not cool. I mean, it's like, waiting around is not cool, because waiting around is like wasting time. I mean, you're sitting here waiting and watching this person. You want to say something to them because they're single right now, or you want to say something to them because you want them. You should totally say something. I mean, what stops you from getting up? You got $1 in your pocket and you want to go buy Snickers because you want the Snickers. So what should stop you from getting up and saying something to that person you want? I mean, feelings? I mean, what's the worst they could say? No. What are they going to do? Shoot you? Take you to jail for harassment? Unless you've been harassing them, then yeah, you should totally go to jail for harassment. But no, you should go say something to them. Let's start with that. There's no such thing as fear. Fear is nothing more than inhibition created in your mind to make you say, I can't do something, or I won't do something. So get up and say something to them. You're going to feel a hell of a lot better once you do. It could be something as simple as, hi, my name is j.cam, and I think you're pretty. It may sound stupid, but I mean, it's better than sitting here daydreaming and fantasizing about that person all night long, which some people have done, and I'm no exception to the rule. But it's whatever. I've gotten a lot better since I was young. But yeah, you should totally get up and say something to them, because waiting around, you're gonna miss your chance. I mean, you aren't the only person looking at this person. This person may be watched by 8 to 10 to 100 other people, and they're just waiting for the right chance too. So what happens when one of those 100 get up and say, I'm taking mine now, and you're like, I'm gonna wait? You're gonna miss your opportunity. So do it. Say, what up? How you doing? j.cam. I know your name. I've been watching you. Well, you don't want to say you're watching, because then it sounds like you're stalking, and you don't want to stalk. Stalking's not good. But regardless, just say something. What's the worst they're gonna say? No? Ooh, no. I'm just saying. So approaching is 1. Then once you walk up to them, conversation is 2. Approaching, conversation, or initiation, as I like to call it. As one of my old favorite movies, Big Daddy, initiating conversation is half the battle. Once you initiate the conversation, then it's time to swing it in your way. I mean, you can't walk up to them and say, hey, I like you, let's date. I mean, that's kind of straightforward. I'm not saying be overly direct, but there's a way to do it. That's where swag, and that's where confidence, and that's where intelligence, and that's where common sense comes into play. I mean, you walk up to her and say, hey, I want to have sex, or go walk up to him and say, hey, I like your head. You kind of acting weird, so you shouldn't do that. Anyway, moving on. You walk up to them, you start with a casual hi, or what's your name, or try to, get there. You got to get to the point where you have to know who they are. So start with that, unless you already know them. But this is the unknown situation. I mean, if you like know them from a distance or don't know them at all, you just saw this girl in the mall or saw this guy at a restaurant. That's how you go about that. Now, when it comes down to approaching in a known situation, for example, this should be even easier. This is called expressing feelings. This is called being honest with yourself. This is called just just human law. I mean, I would think you would let them know that you like them. I mean, holding on to something like that is kind of, you know, unhealthy. Just like stress. Because you're going to sit there, you're going to go home, you're going to complain to your friends, or complain to mom, or complain to brother, or complain to sister about, man, I really, really like him. I really, really like him. I really, really like her. I just really want to say something. I just really want to say something, and I just want to say something, and I can't say something. You start crying, and then it's not going to be right. No. Especially if you know them. If you don't know them, it takes a little more tactique. If you do know them, there's nothing wrong in saying, hey, I like you. We should I just want to take you out. You don't even got to say, hey, I like you, let's date, I want to get married, here's the ring. No, 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 no. But there's a way around it. You go and you approach and you say, hey, what's up? Hey, let's go out for lunch, or let's go out for dinner, or hey, let me talk to you about something. And you go, I like this, I got this from somebody. You go, hey, I got something to tell you. It may be a surprise to you. Or you go, hey, I want to tell you something, but don't laugh at me. I've been liking you for a while now. Like you. If you gotta go elementary, go. I like you. I've been thinking about you. I really want to make a relationship with you. If you have to, play off of what you already know. Go back and reach from the past. Go, hey, I really like you, and I know your past boyfriend or your past girlfriend was crap. I know they lied and they cheated and blah, 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 but I could be better than them if you give me the chance. Or go into something like that. I mean, that plays off in your favor after a while. I mean, you can't just sit there, especially if you know them. I can't get with the fact that if you know them, you can't say anything to them. It's not that hard. Just tell them. Especially if y'all friends, if y'all best friends too, just say it. I mean, if they say no, if you don't know, let me get into that. If you don't know them and they say no, oh well, you may or may not see them again. If you do see them again, it's whatever. They said no, keep it pushing. There's other fish in the sea, other whales in the sea, other sharks in the sea, whatever you like, crawfish, crawdads, whatever. There's other species in the sea. If you know them and you let them know that, then it's like when you know them, it opens a door. Because it's like, let's say she has a boyfriend and you go, hey, I like you, and she goes, well, I have a boyfriend, and you're like, oh, okay. Now she knows, especially if you're good friends with her, hey, my boy Jay likes me. He's a good guy and everything, but I'm with my boyfriend right now. If he likes me, me and my boyfriend hit a rough patch, or something like that, or me and my boyfriend break up, I got somebody quote unquote on deck to talk to, or you got somebody I can at least date for a while and see where it goes. At least she may think of you as a rebound right then and there, but I mean, at least you've opened the door. Now he or she knows that you like them and that it may possibly be a future in it, especially since you're already friends. So you got approachment, initiating the conversation, and then you got your options. Yeah, if they say yeah, then hallelujah, praise God, you've already done it. You've completed your mission. Congratulations. Everything's else up to you. Like my boy Hitch said, you already got him to like you. You've accomplished that already. So now it's your job to make sure you don't screw that image up. Now when it comes down to image, let me say this real quick. You got 1 of 3 choices when it comes down to image. You can either be yourself, which I recommend. I mean, it's the easiest thing. You can't be anybody else but you. But you can either be yourself, you can be somebody really close to you, which is my second recommendation, or 3, you can be somebody completely different, which I don't recommend. I recommend not being something that you're not, because when it comes down to it, you're gonna eventually revert back to being you. I mean, come on. You know you a preppy boy. You know you a preppy girl. How in God's name you gonna go and throw on some white makeup, black lipstick, black eyeliner, black scars on your face, and wear these chains and stuff on a regular basis, and you know you like wearing plaid skirts and t-shirts? Don't do that to yourself. That's makeup. That's fake. And then when they find out that your name is really not T-Boz and your name is really Terrence, you see where I'm going with this? Stop it. Don't be somebody else to be you. Seriously. And if you can't be you, be somebody close to you. Because, you walk up to them, you introduce yourself, you do the approachment, you do the initiating conversation, and you're successful as being somebody else. Then as time goes on, you're going to eventually have to revert to being you. You can only keep a facade up for so long. Yes, somebody else has done it before, but they were eventually found out over time. Yeah, it may have been years before they were found out, but still. Just saying. So if you're going to be somebody else, be somebody really close to you, so when it's time for you to start acting yourself, it's not that big a surprise when you go from listening to Linkin Park to jumping slowly into Metallica. It's not that big of a, oh my God, you're a different person. Because, you already know you like guitars and drums, so it's not that much of a difference if you go to, heavier guitar and drums, if that makes any sense. Anyway, that's just 101. That's what I have for now. Approaching and initiating the conversation. I'll hit into being yourself a little deeper, and I'll hit into maintaining your image. I'm not gonna go into the relationship part because that's just not my area of expertise. Being in a relationship, because that's not my area of expertise. But I can tell you at least how to get there, and I can give you my opinion on how to maintain, but I really, it's whatever. Anyway, if you're listening to this on Tumblr, there's a link on the right hand side called I'm an Open Book. Drop me a suggestion, drop me an inbox if you're listening to it on Facebook. Message me if you're on YouTube. I cannot say it enough. Subscribe, because it's all depending on you. I'm going to say what you want to hear. If not, then I'm going to spit what I want to say. And, I'd rather do it for you than me, because it's like, I like you guys, apparently, because I'm giving you advice. I'm sitting here in my apartment with my feet on my computer, just spitting out random advice I can possibly give. Because some people like to hear me spit, or some people actually like to listen to me and take down notes. I know both kinds of people, and I know people who like my voice, so this might be for you if you like my voice. If this type of thing turns you on or makes you smile or whatever, I'm doing it for you too. But drop me a line and subscribe, please. This is j.cam signing off from What It Is. I love you all. Thanks for listening. Good day, good night, good morning, or Shabbat Shalom, whatever. Deuces.